I figured I'd just be alive for just a. This is so bad. Just go live and do a basic, general, magic, occult Q&A and throw card stock if anybody wants it. And also other magical shenanigans. Man, what a weekend it's been. And by that, if you're not caught up to date, well, all I'm gonna say is, well, hello, Dark Enchantress. It's been a while. It's been how long? Too long. Way too long. But anyway, yeah, if you're not up to the know about what has happened over the weekend, well, probably you should just go and dig it up on your own time because, yeah, it's kind of a hot mess. It's not good. That was odd. A little shadow just flew right in front of me. I'm like, oh, okay, let's not do that. Funny. That's not the first time I had a splash of something wet in my face. What? Oh, relax. It's not like that. Don't think like that, you nasty people. Do I have any more clear quartz I want to fling in there? Yes, I do. And another in this honker. Last call. Not that apophyllite, because that is not suggested. Hello again, Adam. I have not worked with Freya. I am familiar with her, but I have not worked with her before. So I am probably not the best one to really ask about working with her. I probably won't give the best information, to be honest. So, go fish? Guess? Oh, there it is. Give me that. Need my sugar. Gotta stay sweet somehow. Is either drink Coke or, you know, put a whole bag of sugar in my mouth. Coke has less sugar. No. I do not. And in a way, I kind of can't. And to explain that, nope. Not infernal. In fact, to be technical, I don't really limit myself, if that makes sense. And, well, I guess I'll just start with my primary. Let me go get her. And yes, I'm getting a small statue of her. Because, yep, she is my foundation, my literal everything. And I could care less who tries to push me away from her. It ain't gonna happen. So, here is my number one. The Norse goddess Hel. She's not infernal. Don't even try and put her in that category. No. She's a goddess of the underworld and of the dead, yes. but she's not infernal. And I've been working alongside her since the start of 2017. So give or take. Little for over 4.5 years. And she also stopped me from suicide. So that kind of, well, not only that, but she prevented not only my suicide and stopped it, but she also prevented the worst thing I could possibly have ever happened to somebody dear to me happen. And yeah, she prevented that too. Which essentially would be somebody having to live for the rest of their life knowing that I was gone, and essentially me being pretty much the only ground and foundation and everything that was providing for them in order for them to function. Yeah, they didn't have that, they probably would have gone mad and ended their life as well. But thank goodness that she stopped all that. Yes. That's one of them. I also work with Nyx. I primarily work with darker goddess figures. And also Queen Hera is another one. Of course, Lilith's another. So I work with some of the Goetic divines too. But I really don't prefer to just restrict and limit myself from being forced to only stick with one group of beings. And then if you're going to ask me, well, then what about the angelics? Well, for Nyx, there's multitude. For one, she's actually able to help your intuitive side and also being able to see without your eyes. And yes, that was a cryptic message. Seeing beyond what your eyes can see and hearing beyond what you can hear, essentially going beyond your senses. She is a primordial, so really don't expect her to really get too involved in like doing trivial like hex work. She's not really going to be really, let's just say, driven to do that, because she has something much larger that she has to do, like bring night. So just don't expect her to be getting involved in like hexing people and everyday kitty stuff, if that makes sense. She's also able to get a better understanding of how to use the dark in your magical workings and using it just beyond just the typical dark or stereotype. Actually use darkness and dark energy to help cleanse, heal. A lot of people don't expect, using the dark to heal someone, but that's an option with it, if you know how to do it. And there's also using the dark to consume something and just with it. And it's really, that said, working with like dark energy and as the such, it's just that you really have to have a really strong control of your mind and your thoughts and your subconscious. If your subconscious and your thoughts are all over the place like Woody Woodpecker, working with the dark is not going to be an easy thing. In fact, it might be pretty difficult. Because the way that the dark works is that whatever your mind and your thoughts and your subconscious is saying, that's what comes out. Hello, Patty? I think that's how you say your name. We're going to go with it. Yes, and actually you can. But the thing is, with the dark though, you have to understand that if you don't know how to be attentive to it, like for example, if you're doing a healing with it, do you want me to do a card pull for you, Patty? Is that what you're asking of me? Get in there, but yes. if you're going to be doing any kind of dark energy work involving healing someone, you have to be on your A game. You have to be like on. You have to make sure that you're not just thinking it's all casual and whatnot. Because if you're not careful, if you try to do some kind of work with dark energy, if you completely neglect it, and if you just start thinking of something else and just getting sidetracked, you can actually end up causing a lot more damage than good. Because with the dark, it just consumes. It's a endless void, essentially. So you got to be careful with that. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, Adam. Well, in a way, that's kind of like glamour. Yes, Patty. And actually, I was asking you, were you actually asking me to actually do a poll for you? That's what I was also asking, just to make sure. But Adam, for your question, well, it's, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's actually something very simple. All you really need is just a mirror. Literally a mirror. Or something that's reflective. Here. Take this for an example. So, mirror. Hello, Anis. Yep, all you need is a mirror. Essentially, you just look at the mirror, and then you pretty much direct towards the mirror by just simply speaking towards it the intention that you're having in mind. For example, so for Adam's case, he wants to have the intention of having sexual energy. Just, what was it again? Being imbued with sexual magnetism. Hello, Z. So, mirror. So pretty much you just simply just state towards the mirror that intention. Now this is not a legit black mirror, but it's just a regular mirror. If it was a black mirror, yeah, I'd probably have painted it black, but simple. Essentially what I'm doing, just that way you can know. Getting in a state, focusing, having the intention just repeatedly going off in my head. Visualizing the intention now going onto my finger, and then just projecting it right to the mirror. Another thing with the mirror though, all that the mirror does is simply bounce back. If you're looking at the mirror and if you're throwing something at it, it's gonna bounce off, then hit you and affect you. There you go. That's one of the simplest ways you can put a spell on yourself. You want to make yourself be able to woozy woo anybody? How it works? Well, the best way to say it is, if you think, therefore it is. I'm thinking that intention of emitting that sexual magnetism up the wazoo, and I'm now focusing it onto my finger by visualization. It's sitting on my finger right now because I said so, and that's how it is. Deal with it. My reality, not yours. Deal with it. So now I'm projecting it towards this mirror, visualizing it going towards the mirror, bouncing right off, then afflicting me with it. Because that's all a mirror does. Bounces it off. A mirror is one of the very few neutral things that exists. Because all that a mirror does is just reflect. It's not charged, unless you do charge it and give it an intention. But if it's neutral, it's just like deflect. It doesn't really have a kind of like a state of being or a bias. It's just like deflect. Deflect, meh. Oh, you like me? Deflect. You hate me? Deflect. It's neutral. It just does what it does. But essentially, that's one of the simplest ways of doing that. It's also another way of kind of... Well, it's funny because the way that I actually go about doing those kind of spells is I kind of take it a step further. Because there are some people that think, well, it's not very nice if you cast magic on people and, affect their free will. Okay, if you want to be all technical and all boohoo about it, well, watch this. Okay, instead of targeting them, I'll get the mirror again. The same thing again. And now I'm saying the intention of, I'm now going to embody whatever is most irresistible, desirable, and essentially makes, insert whomever is, being indirectly influenced, whatever makes them become obsessive to the point of pursue, pretty much all that goes on the finger. And then again, just directing it right at the mirror. Now, whomever the target is, I'm not hitting them, but essentially I'm embodying what makes them go, must have this, must have that, get over here. And the funny thing is, you're not affecting their free will. You're just essentially becoming what they cannot resist. So there's that to that free will thing. Whoops, oh well. But now there's a catch though. You have to maintain it if you want to make it more than just a short-lived thing. There's always a way out. Most of the time. There's always a workaround. Again, most of the time, not all the time. Yeah, because if you're able to have a really quick and active mind, you're pretty difficult to, get put into a corner in terms of like getting like a curse put on you, an entity messing with you, somebody messing with you energetically. You're kind of difficult to mess with. Hello, Ethan. It's been too long. Holy, my sweet Lord Manta. It's like all my, like my, well, I don't want to, yeah, okay, fine, I'll go with it. It's like all my original, I don't want to say, no, I don't want to say fan base because that sounds like it conflicts with another way that I use fanboy and fangirl thing. But yeah, it's like my regulars. That was it. Saw something pop up. Hold on. How effective were the lust spells? An 18-inch translucent. Wow. Talk about it. That one has a lot of inches on it. Well, it's bigger than a foot. Well, we're all ladies here. How effective were the lust spells you casted? Well, let's just say, yeah, it went a bit too good as expected. Because another part of whenever you're doing magic at all is that whenever you cast something and you do a working, it doesn't matter what or how it went. Once you finish it and you have followed through with every little step of it, as soon as it's done, it is successful. Nope, no doubting. You did a spell, you did a working, kinky, splendid. It's in the works. Let it do its thing. No, it does not fail because that doesn't happen. It's working, and it's successful. Just give it a moment. It's in the queue line. Give it a second. It's in queue. You got to give it a second. Don't take it back out when it's in queue, because now you got to go all the way back to the end of the line with all the other queues of other things coming into being. Don't lose your spot. Let it do its thing. Well, it's hard to describe because, yeah, let's just say I got the job done, and to this day, it's what an experiment. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm kind of being vague because it's a less spell. So what do you think's going to happen? Mm-hmm. I don't think I need to go any more deeper than that. So yes, it was successful, and it's still regrettably in effect a bit too good. But the person that got hit with this test of it, well, they still exist, and they're still trying. Yeah, yeah, no, that sounds horrible and mean, but it is what it is. I'm neutral with it. Blue kyanite and the Marian seed. Yep, you did. The Marian seed. Oh, jeez. Careful, that those things are potent. Hmm. Send me a message on my crap. If you go onto the my link in bio thing down below, I hope it's still there. It's not, I'm gonna just table flip on YouTube. You should be able to find a way to message me on Messenger or send me a message, and it'll go right to my email. Then we can go from there. I can get more about whomever and whatever you're wanting to get afflicted with wooziness. Just again, be forewarned though. You have to understand that whatever happens based on what you're desiring, whatever you do and whatever I do to help you get towards that, all you can really technically blame is yourself for whatever happens. So if this person becomes like an ankle biter to you, in other words, they become like attached to you by the ankle and they won't let go of you, well, you don't know what to tell you, Cupcake. That's how a cult works. Oh my gosh, no way. Literally, my life just exploded with rainbows all over the place. Jen, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. My day just got so much better. Ah, oh, thank goodness. And then look at that. Thought of me, and then I'm in front of a live studio audience, which, well, indirectly thought wish granted. We'll go with it. And speaking of, and also, fun fact. Oh, I just popped my shoulders, and that was just so. Oh, I needed that. Fun fact: Florida water. Some people think so. It comes from Florida. What, Florida water comes from Florida? No, it actually means floral water, like flower water. Good example. Say if you want to make Florida water, well, it is possible. Yep. And also, taxidermy, Jen. Yeah, she. There we go. Oh, really? My gosh, I'm one of those people that likes that gets excited and tries to smile, but because of just how my normal face is like, I'm afraid if I smile that big, it's gonna make me. Mm-hmm. She is of love. Oh, oh, Jen, I think you're gonna like this too. I'm also writing a book, Jen, about Lilith, and it is completely different from like how everybody, like the stereotype way of people looking at her. It is nothing like that. Absolutely nothing like it. In fact, throughout the book, I do put in, you're not going to look at her this way. You're not going to speak to her like this. You're not going to do it. There's a lot of caps in the book. Like, you're not going to do this. Well, I'm pretty much almost finished with putting it together, but I'd say, Jen, follow. Hopefully there's a link in the description. The link in bio link. You can send me a message on Facebook. Just follow that thing there, or just click on the send message thing. And yeah, just send a message there. Yep, and like I said, it's gonna be. It's not like how a lot of people are like, well, she's just a goddess of. No. Yep. Yep, we can probably know who that might be. Did you hear that? Yes, lovely, I know you're here. Thank you for making that loud appearance. I don't know if any of you heard that noise, but thud. Like, happens. I mean, I just love it when she does that. She's like, you, guess who's here? Listen. It's moments like this that I'm so happy I've gone to this field many moons ago. Oof. Okay, give me that. I'm gonna probably just make that later. There it is. The thing is, if there's any kind of, like, if love makes some kind of contact towards you, even if you think that there's no way this is happening, but if it's her coming towards you saying, you know who I am, that's her. Because if something or some force try to fake being her, well, you can definitely know for sure that if it's not her, if you really know how she is and you know her energy, you'll be like, no, you're not fooling me. Because her energy is one of a kind. And by one of a kind, like, you cannot get it wrong. Okay, if you want your seconds of fame, lovely. I don't have a piece of blue kyanite, but for the Marian seed crystal, well, it depends, because some Lemurian sea crystals, I mean, they can come in like with shadow quartz, amethyst. I mean, it just all depends on what stone it is. And I'm going to put these in so that way you don't hear the background noise. Turn on bloody thing. Okay. So I'm going to be frozen, so don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Keep your weave on. Keep your weave. Okay, as I was saying. Because there are some Marian seeds that are in amethyst. Take what off? Oh, yeah, well, essentially that was supposed to be a kind of like a joking thing, like, keep your hair on, calm down, I'm not disappearing. Okay, Have your seconds of fame, lovely. And yes, if you're new here, this is supposed to be a Yu-Gi-Oh monster, Dark Elf. Ooh, I know. But this is to me, a better depiction of Lilith than, you know, some of the things nowadays that are depicting her. This one actually has more of the seduction element. And heck, it's not even like vulgar, but what do I know? Yep, Dark Elf is actually technically original, like one of the first ones, but then again, it's just mystical elf gone dark. Yep. Speaking of that, meditative crystals. Oh boy, I have quite a beans list. Crystals for meditation. Okay, let me think about that because I have a few. And in storage, I also have my own Magic the Gathering cards. I literally played Black White EDH Commander, and literally my deck was all this. Nope, you're not going to hit me. Nope. I took damage. I just gained double that back in life. Oh, I took two damage. Okay, I just gained 7 life. Literally a troll deck. Oh, you're gonna swing at me with the 2020? Unmake it. Get out of here. Literally a troll. That's funny because Teysa, Teysa, that's my commander. Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts. Yep, literally. Everybody was like, kill him. Get him out of this game. Well, yeah, I think it's a 1/1 black white flying spirit token. But pretty much it just had her just, to be the meat shield. Just to be all, go on, swing. The creature's dead. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to come backhand you. You can't say no. And vigilance, because Teysa. But crystals for meditation. Well, I would have to say, not that one. That one. That one's an obvious one. That one, if you can handle it. That one is a kind of a booster, to best put it. That one. Okay. And another one that's not in this little pile is Angelite, and it's on my desk. Can't move it. Wrong button. Don't get me started with the Ice Age because I was trying so hard to make just a snow-covered themed deck, but then I realized, oh, that costs thousands of dollars. Never mind. Whoops. Yeah, Black Lotus. I know. It's just like all this for a piece of cardboard. I mean, piece of cardstock. That much for it? Wow. So of all the things you're going to spend a lot of money on, is this piece of cardstock. It's okay. I mean, I would pay a lot of money just for the Bohemian Gothic Terror, but what do I know? Don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Yeah, Clear Quartz is one, and Selenite's also another one. Good for that. But if you're wanting to have other ideas, here are some other choices. First one. This one's typical. Auralite 23. Careful now. Be careful with that. Oh well, you're 18, I think, right? You just turned 18, you're about to turn 18. Yeah, but you're an adult now. You're legal. Just, don't do a flip. Amethyst. But the strange thing with this one, though, for some reason, I do not know why, it's starting to turn red. I don't know why. It's just like, Amethyst, are you trying to turn into a garnet? I mean, I'm not complaining, but wow. Hmm. Amethyst is one. Sodalite is another one. Yep, citrine if you want, yeah, for that abundance part of it. I can possibly consider that one, not that one. Um, Typical Lappy. Blue Sapphire. Yep, Moonstone's another one. Yep, Labradorite. Blue Sapphire. But again, being a Saturnian stone, you gotta handle it carefully. Guess I will not hesitate to hit you upside the head. Yes. Well, even though technically a garnet probably will not be able to help you that much with meditation, but because this is a unique garnet piece, this one may be an exception. Star garnet. See if I can get it to do its woozy wooey. Like if you notice with the reflection. Like you see like right there, the little shimmer hollow effect right there. Yeah, that's what makes it a star garnet. That's the next one. Let's save the potent one for last. Another one is, even though this one might be a little bit difficult and a bit expensive, blue topaz, which is like solid water. Yeah, blue topaz. That's another one. And again, blue topaz, literally, if you use it alongside any stone, it supports it. It's like clear quartz, but kind of a bit with a wet energy to it. And then we got the big gun. Okay, this little thing. I haven't looked into that because usually if a stone's doing its thing, I let it do its thing. And now this little nasty. This thing is potent. Apophyllite. It's giving me a headache just holding it. Oh, mm. I can't really hold it for long because, at least for me, when I hold this apophyllite, what it does is just makes my head just make a loud ring noise. Apophyllite. Oh God, apophyllite. Like Apollo, phyllite. Oh, pretty much the best describe it. Think of like, being able to hear a dog whistle, but for humans. Oh, I'm gonna put this little nasty down before I fling it. Joy to the world, the temples have been purged. And another one, if you want to give whatever stones you're working with a good zit, rutilated quartz. Literally Pikachu in a stone. Mm. All I'm doing is I'm just squeezing it. Mm. Literally, it jolts me every time I do that. No more of it, please. There's a root. hot. Literally, this thing is hot. There's a ruby. Stop. That's a ruby. I really hate being extremely sensitive to energies. That's the downside. Moldavite? You know, to be completely honest, when it comes to stones like Moldavite, oh, here's a bloodstone. To me, when it comes to Moldavite, it's one of those stones, in my opinion, that a lot of people are like, oh, you must have this. Everybody has Moldavite. Now I don't want it because everybody wants to get one. That's just me, though. Here's a Ductipite, little flurry thing, a rhodochrosite. Morganite, or the stone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just like, why don't you have Moldavite? Good question. I'll keep it nice and simple for you. I'll just grab a clear quartz and tell it, be like a Moldavite, would you? There you go. This thing's acting as a Moldavite. Done. Ooh, cleanse. Now it's a clear quartz again. Simple. Morganite, or as I like to call it, the stone that is Morgan Freeman. Mm-hmm. And that's the why I love clear quartz so much. But this is Morgan Freeman. Morganite. Not literally Morgan Freeman in a stone, but Morganite, Morgan Freeman. It goes with, okay? Well, and actually, to be honest, of all the stones that exist and all the stones that I have, I would rather have a clear quartz because clear quartz will do anything you tell it to. But if you forget to tell it something, by default, it'll just amplify everything, which can be both good and bad. Then my Honker Kunzite, pretty much my fandom stone. But because it is so vast around the world, mm, you could say that. Yeah, there you go. Because also clear quartz is the most abundant mineral in all over the place, it is connected to everything. So there's that too. Food for thought. I'd rather have a clear quartz than be all like, well, here is a black tourmaline. Deal with it, kid. Okay, I have something that's gonna have everything just get away from me. Okay, that'll work. Just having something that says scooch, move, and get hip bumped out of the way. Yep, better that than nothing. That's right. I need to find a cloth somewhere, but didn't think I saw that, did you? Nice, nice try. Just gotta love it when they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take the spotlight." Okay. And anywho, I guess pretty soon I'm hoping to finish up the last bit of that little book, and as soon as it's done, I'm also having a friend of mine actually be the cover. Yep, she's gonna be the cover of it, and I think she actually deserves to be. And heck, when she's on the cover, Yeah, I have. For me, it's not my thing, but I can do it if I have to, but I'd rather prefer not to because it just it just confuses me. But yes, that friend of mine, once she's once she has time to help design the cover of the book, it's going to be quite the kind of like, well, I mean, she has interacted with people that have not treated her. Hello, Elios. She has interacted with people that have not treated her well. So it's kind of like a, well, oh, look at me now. I'm on the cover of a book. What about you? Oh, you're still in the slums? Oh, well. Nope, you can't speak to me. You're nothing, dude. You're not even on, anything. I'm on a book, so yeah, that's gonna be like a highlight because she's has pretty much put up with a lot of narcissical twitheads throughout her life, and now it's gonna be like a big slap in the face to them. Oh well, they deserve it. You ain't nothing because you're not on the cover of the book. So yeah, in all due respects, but still. Mhm. A lot of people usually, when they ever see this Goetic divine pop up or spirit pop up, usually most of the time people were like, "Oh, shoot." While I'm over here just like, "Oh, hey, you." That's funny because having an Aquarius moon rising retrograde standard in Lilith, it also applies to me too. Oh, and speaking of Aquarius moon, look what symbol that is. Moon in Aquarius. The longest I've meditated, easily more than 10 hours. But yes, usually when, Marquise Andres pops up, usually people are like, oh, no. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, oh, hey, Andres, how you doing? Why? It's just Andres. And yes, that's supposed to be a satiric joke to the people that, have had an unsuccessful fate with him. Well, it's to best explain it and put it to the most simplistic way. If you think, therefore it is. And if you say it is, then it is. That's the most simplistic way I can put it. You think it is, and you accept it is, therefore it is. I know it sounds cryptic and simplistic, but that's the point. You think, therefore you are. And because of that, you think of this being fact, therefore it is. Especially if it involves solely you. And funny how funny that pops up. Marvis, the Hierophant, which is actually a card that's a guru. Not the He Who font. No, 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 no. Not with this deck. Not with this one. That one's like with the Rider Waite Smith. Or any deck that has a Pope in it. I'm sorry, every time when I see this king, I can't help but smile. King Asmodeus. He's jolly, okay? Go with it. Ay. Let's see, what would your friends think? What would Dark Enchantress friends think of her spirituality? Let's see. And yes, I'm actually going to use the Goetic Tarot in darkness for that. Let's see what pops up. So then, we will see what they think. You got the Two of Pentacles, Bareth, Venus, and Leo. So, what I'm getting from this, they actually see your spirituality and practice as very clever and very intriguing. Because look at how he's positioned. He looks like he's trying to get your attention, and you can't look away. So they're going to be seeing it as very inviting and very bewitching and very curiosity striking. At least that's what I'm getting from the card. So now, okay, fine. For Ethan, what do we have for Ethan? Really? No way. Look at that. I wonder who that is. I wonder who that could be. Literally, I just pulled a random card out of the deck. There it is. Literally. It's like, any messages from Lucifer? You called? Sheesh. That's not a sign. I don't know what is. Don't look at me. You're the one who said his name. And he's like, hmm? I know, right? I mean, after a while, sometimes you just are just like, oh, yep, I accidentally called you. No, usually that doesn't happen anyway. But there are some times where sometimes it just comes in just like, oh, you're here, and I was just about to call you here. It's like you read my mind. It's like you read my mind. Well, kind of already knew. Like here, right now, I'm trying to think of the, oh here, let's see. I think we'll go with, yeah, that one. The one that I usually talk about most of the time besides Lilith, because she's in this deck too. A certain one that I kind of call, yeah, it's like an Animaniac. Let's see. Really? Go figure. Dantalion. Go figure. Guess you're funny. Just for, reference, so that way it's not like, no, he's pulling her leg. That's what it says right there. Dantalion. Okay, what about her? Is that who I think it is? It is. Lilith. This deck, I'll tell you this much. Some people think, well, it invites them in and it causes havoc. No, it don't. Well, you'll be able to connect with them pretty fast. Oh, no, you want. Okay, let's see who. Hello, Kayla. What does Lilith have to say regarding that inquiry then? Duke Vapula, or Duchess Vapula. Seven of Cups, Venus and Capricorn. Friendly. So she's saying, why don't you really, really get creative with your imagery? Start using your imagination more. Because by imagination, that's where you can get all the real good stuff. That's where all the goodies lie, the imagination. Let it go. Same thing with imagery. If you're good with your imagination, your imagery is going to be flawless. Well, knowing her, I mean, she's just like, oh, you want something? Fine, here. King Beleth, Sun in Gemini. Five of Wands. The center of the wands in this picture are five corpses. Yep, I mean, however you want to do it, King Beleth, whatever you deem fit, just not the face, please. That's the moneymaker, I guess. Okay, now I'm thinking of another one. Let's see if this deck can actually really do it. And look, I'm actually legitimately shuffling the deck. Okay, Z. After when I pull this one Goetic Spear that I'm thinking about. Okay, I picked the card that fell the farthest. Really? I was actually thinking of Prince Citru. And for giggles, it's my card. Mm-hmm. It's official. This deck and I are connected. Too good. What should the focus for Z be? That sounds weird. Z's focus for Le Week shall be, or suggested to be, yo. It is Renault. Mars in Leo. Ten of Wands. This depiction I'm getting that. Take your spoils, take everything that you have earned, relish in it, enjoy it. You've earned your sticks, now take your sticks and go. do whatever you want to do with them sticks. Take your gains and enjoy them. However you want to use your sticks. If you want to spear people with them, have at it. If you want to build a house with them, have at it. Want to poke people in the eye with them, have at it. Oh, that's so bad. Just let your will go. She has come again. Oh, okay. I'm curious. I'm just going to throw for a situation that's going on as we speak, and it's happened over the weekend, and it's not the best. Okay, I'll do that spread after Kayla's thing. What is something that is needed to realize now that wasn't able to be seen before? Let's see then. Yoo-hoo! It's Lucifer. It has to be. You are enlightened. You do have your awareness. You can have your wishes. Ask, but be specific. That's all I got. Literally. Tell him the wishes you want, but be specific. Boy. Well then, let's have a looky look. Ooh. President Burr, King of Cups. That is Mercury in Taurus. So most definitely, I would say regarding meeting Lilith or Lucifer, it being King of Cups. Yes, and expect to have an emotional, deep, guiding connection with either or that you go towards. Well, there you go. That might be Lucifer saying, yoo-hoo, listen. Not like, that I'm not just Blue Fairy from Zoda. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey, piss it. Mm. After a while, it gets obnoxious. Like, oh, okay, who let this little, flying blue dust bunny out again? But now I'm going to take a look at that. Hi, Amy. I'm going to take a looky look at that. I mean, regarding the surrounding thing that's going on. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, go dig around a little bit. It involves, let's just say, a big uh-oh. And it's a well-known party. I'm not saying who, but go dig around for a bit. It'll more than likely you'll be able to see who it is and what's going on with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a look at that just for giggly gigglies. Oh, rude. So the current standing. President Hagante, 4 cups, Mercury in Scorpio. Talk about spiritual stagnation, and at the same time, looks like President Hagante is spearing something, like he is killing it. Well, okay then. Encountering Valivor, the Fool, Venus and Aries. So, an overkill of stagnant spirituality, encountering potential, but also something that's dim-witted and naive. So something that is stagnant is somehow trying to believe that it has potential. Okay. Cause of all this is Lorray, Six of Wands, Moon, and Gemini, which is not a really happy spot for Moon to be in, but nonetheless. Cause of this is supposedly somebody is, or said party, is venturing off way, excuse me, is venturing way too far alone. And they think they know what they're doing. They think they own the wild, but I could probably beg to differ. Behind, backing up, or what have you. We shall see, Annis, after when I'm done with this little pulse spread. Behind or backing up is King Beleth. So behind or backing this up is there's a lot of conflict. And somebody think in this being or party or group or whomever is thinking that they're in control and they're riding the high horse. And everybody's like, oh, God, no, really? Oh, like all the people around him are just like, oh, Lord. And there's a lot of conflict, which can actually kind of lean towards how President Naganta came and was like, okay, we got to put this thing out of its misery. So bad. Best case to happen, or best possible thing to happen in their interest. This is so bad. Not bad that it's bad, but it's bad because it's funny. Oops, sorry, got upside down. Five of Cups. Mercury in Capricorn. Amy, notice how from the sky something is going right onto Amy's head? And there's two snakes to the side. Actually, scratch that. There's a total of three. Yeah, looks like Divinity is going to come in and be like, okay, Cupcake, stop. And it looks like not only is it going to be implanted in their head, it's going to be surrounding them with that idea of like, stop it. Stop being stupid. Enough of this crap. Two fives. Ouch. Handbound to their face. It's. I'm so sorry. We have allocates. Eight of Pentacles, Venus and Sagittarius. So it seems that they're going to be kind of in solitude and kind of beaten up, but they still are going to try and keep working towards whatever they've been trying to do still, even after the fact. Now the twig, or like the staff part of this. Self-perception. They see themselves as clever and businesslike. Okay, if you think so. Outside perception, or others see them. Bonus, Page of Pentacles, Mars and Gemini. is a snake. In other words, oh, we see that this person or individual is a snake under the boot. I would say more, but that would pretty much give it away about who I'm inquiring about. Hoping for, but also deathly afraid of. They're hoping for Barbados, Nine of Swords, Venus and Taurus. They're hoping to go, no, nothing to see here. Just, me playing my obnoxious songs and, there's nothing to see here. They're hoping that, nobody realizes what's going on. But they're also definitely afraid of that their, BS shenanigans is not going to be exposed. But they're blowing it, literally. Most likely outcome to come about. Andromalius, the magician, Mars and Pisces. The outcome is, well, they made this happen on their own. They put the things in motion for it, intentionally or unintentionally. Clarifying the magician, Mars and Pisces. Number 1. King Vine, Sun in Scorpio. With Lilith is also not happy. She has something to do with this. Oh boy. It's not good. Well, because of their own will, they made all this happen. And the Sun, Vine, Sun in Scorpio, and the Lilith not being fond of it either, they manifested this eclipsed upset, and Lilith is not really taking it too happy. Because, yeah, I mean, said organization also did not really respectfully speak of her, to be honest. Oh boy. And Nine of Pentacles. Mercury in Sagittarius came. So because of them manifesting this thing, their enviness is actually going to result to having Lilith come in and remind them that, oh, you think you're hot stuff, huh? No, not really. You guys are all on your own. Handle. And kind of also being reminded to be put back into place. And they still need to understand the value of things being fulfilling and spiritually fulfilling. They are still living it. And they're going to have, oh, that's funny. They're going to have a, oh crap moment with Malthus that's going to bring in death, Duke Gremory. Is it going to be something beautiful that gets brought in? Well, it's going to come in fast. 8 of Wands, Glacia Lobos, Mercury and Leo. It's going to come in and come in hot. And, well, here, what is this thing then going to be coming in hot with? Oh, Venus and Libra, Moldragón, 7 of Pentacles, the Par. It's like somebody's going to get infectious wounds and it's going to slowly decay away. Well, I would play the world's smallest violin, but I don't have a violin. This thing keeps saying battery low. What time is it? Oh. I have to end the stream here. I have to go pick up someone. So, talk to you guys later. And, man,